Hi everybody, this is Michael from Our Epic RV Adventure, and I'm here today to talk to you about RV Internet. It's a big topic, seems like almost daily on Facebook and other RV related message boards. There's always somebody asking about how do I get good, reliable internet access into my RV. Very few campgrounds, at least from my experience, have fast and reliable internet access, so we need to have something that's fast and reliable. I work from home, so I definitely need that in order to be able to do my job. So I did a lot of research, looked through a lot of stuff, looked at the WineGuard Togo, almost bought it, but it was still a little cost prohibitive. I think it's $350 to $400 for the equipment, then another $360 a year. And the biggest downside to me for that was it uses AT&T towers, and I'm just not a big AT&T fan. Then I came across a couple of videos that talked about using Visible phones. Now Visible.com is a company that's 100% owned by Verizon, so it uses Verizon towers. Now the cool thing about Visible is no contracts, and it's unlimited everything, including mobile hotspot data. I currently have Verizon for mine and my wife's phones. We are capped, I think it's at 15 or 22 gig download a month, and then we get deprioritized, which means our speeds will generally slow down after that. So I need something that is not getting deprioritized, and that is where the Visible phone comes in. This guy right here, grand total of $12. So I have a $12 Android phone made by ZTE. This was the cheapest they had. If you already have a phone that is compatible with the Verizon network, all you need is potentially is a new SIM card, and you can get the SIM cards from Visible for free. Order the phones. This is not the only phone they have. They have the latest iPhones and Android phones as well. But I got the cheapest one for the purposes of this test because I didn't want to spend $800 on a phone and did not need it. So I have a $12 phone. One limitation is you can only connect one device to this hotspot at a time. I have probably 10 or 15 devices in my RV, including smart TVs, Amazon Fire Stick, and a few other things. And of course, subject to an upcoming video, I'm going to be installing this Ring doorbell, and we'll definitely need good, reliable internet. So how do I get all those devices to connect to a device that's limited to only one connection? Very simple. I'm using this TP-Link TLWR902AC travel router. This is very light, very compact, and will make connection very, very simple. This is a full-featured, powerful router. This has pretty much all the features and maybe some features that the router in your home doesn't have. And we'll talk about those a little bit later. So, how can we get this done cheaply? Okay, like I said, the phone, $12. The service starts at $40 a month and goes down from there, and that's all in, taxes and fees included. So the more lines you have, the cheaper it gets, up to a total of 4 lines, which would be $25 per line, so $100 for 4 lines. That's pretty cheap for Verizon service with no caps, no limitations. Now, some people may see some older videos or read some older material on Visible and read about a 5 megabyte. 5 megabyte cap on download speeds. That was removed about a month or so ago. So those aren't there. It's even listed on it's even noted on their website that they've removed that cap. So it is there, and it is not just a subject of speculation. The cap is gone. So Visible has what they call a party line. The nice thing about that is that everybody gets their own account. So you can have the party lines with complete strangers even, because they don't see your account. You can't see their account. They're responsible for paying their own bill. You're responsible for paying your own bill. The only link between you and the other people is when you look on the website and you see your party line, their name will be listed there, and that's it. There's no other connection whatsoever. So you can easily, fill up the 4 people and get your $25 a month, which makes this a really, really great deal at that point. We will probably be switching our phones over 100% to visible off of Verizon here in the very near future. Just wanted to get some more testing done and have some better feedback. And I look at this, my visible phone. It's like I said, it's a cheap phone, so it has a very slow processor compared to my Galaxy Note 8, for instance. So that's going to affect some of the speeds we see. But bottom line, I'm very happy with this, and this is going to be our internet of choice going forward. So now let's talk about how we're going to set all this up. If you're not tech savvy, that's okay. I'm going to walk you through setting up this travel router. I'm going to walk you through some of the things you need to be mindful of and look out for. And if you run into any complications or need some help, feel free to just put a note in the comments, and I'll do my best to give you some help. So without further ado, let's take a look at that login screen for the router and what we can do to get that router hooked up and get internet access and just see how good it is. Okay, now it's time to start setting up the router. Just want to show you here the main page on TP-Link's website for this router. It is the TLWR902AC wireless travel router. Biggest reason I chose this one, like I said before, I'm a big fan of TP-Link products, but also this particular one works with the 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz devices. So that 5 gigahertz will run at a lot faster speed if you're able to connect something that is over, say, 30 megabytes per second. Here's the directions, the quick start guide. I download this. I do this with everything I own, everything in the rig and our RV. As it has a PDF instruction manual or owner's manual that I can download, I download. I keep them all in one folder. I use Dropbox for that, just so I can access it anywhere. I can access it on my phone, my computer, wherever. As long as I have internet access, I can get to them. And some of them I keep them downloaded onto my computer and onto my phone, so I can easily pull up any owner's manual and also be able to do a quick find for whatever I'm looking for. So here's the installation guide. Real simple setup on the TP-Link. You only have one switch here to choose whatever mode you want it to be in. And for the purposes of this and what we want to do, we're going to have it in hotspot mode. So we're going to go down here to hotspot mode instructions, plug it into power, plug in the hotspot, and make sure you are connected to the hotspot with your computer. There'll be a little sticker on the box right here that'll have default SSID and password that you can use to connect to that router. And you can change that once you get into the settings, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. So real easy. Once you do connect to the travel router, you just go to this website address right here, and you can actually click on it. I've already logged into this router, so it is. I skipped the login screen, so you'll be immediately taken into the quick setup. So we'll go next. Leave that as default. Now it's going to scan for access points. And this will take a few seconds, or it could take a minute or so. Once it does come up, you just select whatever you named your hotspot on your mobile device. I named mine Wolfpack 11. As you can see, pretty high signal strength. I'm going to go ahead and connect to that. Once I connect to it, I'm going to need to put in the password for it. And then I set up my Wi-Fi networks internally. So I have two. And good rule of thumb here is for your 2.4 gigahertz, name it whatever you want to name it. Then on your 5G network, just give it the same name, but just do a underscore 5G next to it. They can be the same. You can use the same password for both of these networks, or you can use different. It's really up to you, however you want to configure it. Then you hit next. It'll show you again default everything that you've selected. Then you'll hit finish, and the router will save the configuration and then go into a reboot cycle. So we'll wait just a second for that reboot cycle to come up, and then we will be back in business. So now that I've done that, I'm going to click on status. and I can scroll down here, and I can see I am connected to the wireless network. I can verify that by looking on my phone, and it'll show it being connected. Lots of options over here on the left-hand side you can set up. We've already set up our wireless 2.4 and 5 gig networks, so we don't need to mess with that. You can set up a guest network if you like, and you can and again, the choices here are really simple. Just pick whatever you want. I have it disabled. I don't need a wireless guest network. DHCP you can just leave as default. The USB settings, I don't have anything connected to the USB jack right now, but if I did, I could set that up. Biggest thing here to set up is a mass storage device or a hard drive for either sharing files, saving files, videos, things like that. You have parental controls here. You can actually set up when your child's device can be connected to the internet and when it's disconnected. So that's a pretty good feature if you only want your child to be able to get on the internet at certain times of the day. You got access control features here, advanced routing. I'm not going to go through all these settings. You also have tools. Always a good idea under system tools and time setting is make sure you got your time set right. We'll go ahead and enable daylight savings, and we will save that. I think those months are wrong, but we'll fix those later. So now we've got our router set up. We're all good to go. Let's come over here and let's do a speed test. This is a speed test I did earlier, a little bit earlier today. Pretty decent download. That's about the lowest download speed I've gotten. That's also the highest upload speed I've received so far. Ping has been pretty long, and I'm attributing that to the slow processor that's actually in the phone I'm using as a hotspot. Again, spending $12 on a phone is not going to be blazing fast. So we're going to run this again. Speedtest.net is where I usually go to do my speed test. I would recommend this website or whatever website you do choose. Just stick with that because the numbers may vary from one website to the next as far as your speed test goes. But at the end of the day, you want something that you can compare going down the road. So as long as you're using the same site, you're using the same test setup, then the numbers actually mean something going forward. So here it looks like we're going to be a little bit higher than our test earlier today. 11, that's pretty good. Ping was a little bit worse, and it looks like our upload speed is going to be down a little bit as well. But that's it. It's really easy to connect this travel router. It saves the settings, so once you do go in here and have everything saved like you want, it is saved. I would also recommend you come down to backup and restore. And just to be on the safe side, click on that backup, save a backup of your configuration to your computer. I usually put it on my desktop. And that way, if something does happen to that router where it loses configuration, all I got to do is come in here, go into System Tools, Restore, click on Choose File, click on Restore, and I'm back in business. I don't have to worry about trying to reset everything like I want to have it. Okay, so we've talked about how to set up the router. Pretty simple. If you missed anything, go back and watch the video again. Or if you have a specific question, like I said earlier, just put it down in the comments and I'll answer as soon as I can. So I now have my ZTE $12 phone. That is my internet to everything in here. And I have my router. Very small. Nice thing, features about this router too, is like I said, it does have the USB port. One nice thing too, you can also use this USB port to charge any devices you have. So this can do a lot of different things. You have the Ethernet connector right here, so you can plug in either a device that doesn't have Wi-Fi enabled, or you can actually plug in a switch if you have multiple devices that need to be directly connected in. So, and this is the function selector we talked about earlier in the video, and your status lights. Little hole right there for a reset, so you can actually do a hard reset and set this thing back to factory defaults. All in all, I'm very happy with this router. I'm very happy with this visible system here. For the price, I'm all in at 50 bucks. And going forward, it's going to be 40 bucks a month for the service. Cannot complain at all about that. It is 100% unlimited, no caps, no throttling. Up until about a month or so ago, Visible was capping download speeds at 5 meg, and they've removed that cap, so it is now whatever best available you can get from whatever tower you're connected to. I'm in a very bad cell area, so to speak. I only have, like I said, 2 bars on this Visible phone. On this cheap Visible phone, I got like 3 or 4 on my really good Galaxy Note 8 on the Verizon network. So, better phone. I'm almost positive will have better reception and better speeds. Part of your download and upload speeds and your ping rate too, for that matter, is also dependent on the processor power of your router and your phone. In this case, router's very good. The phone is okay. So again, since it's a Verizon network, if you already have a phone and you just want to go for it, you have a good phone already. All you got to do is just buy the SIM or get the SIM card. I think the SIM card is actually free. They don't even cost you anything. So if you have any questions, again, down in the comments. Please, if you like this video and want to see more product reviews and how-tos, this is my first one, so give me some slack, give me some good constructive feedback on what I can do better. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up. If you don't like this video, I'm going to tell you, like I hear a lot of other YouTubers say, if you don't like this video, please hit the thumbs down button twice. Thanks. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification to know when I'm going to be talking about installing my Ring doorbell. I'm very excited about this. So thanks a lot. Have a good day, everybody.